there's always a winner or a loser in a court case. Do you believe that the Hindu side should be given, without any ambiguity, the entire title in this suit? Do you believe so? To avoid a conflict from perpetuating, as you've said, to the next generations.
See, we need to understand this. In 1855, there was a terrible riot regarding the same issue. But in 1857, both Hindus and Muslims came together to fight what we call as the First War of Independence. It is after that the colonial design became such that if these two communities get together, they will be severely weakened. So the East India Company put out a plan, and they came up with many ways of dividing the two. One thing is, they decided Muslims should get separate education and they must have a separate vote. They vote separately, Hindus vote separately. All these kind of laws they brought in just to divide the country. Let us not be a slave of that device. Today, after 70 years of independence, let whatever you are in your heart, you may be a Hindu or a Muslim, let that be a personal faith, but we belong to one nation. It is important we want a solution. What is the solution, if you ask? Now you want me to spell out, Rahul, that, oh, I support the Hindu community. No, I am not that kind. It is not about supporting the Hindu community or Islamic community. I want the impediments for the development of this nation to be gone. I am sure 95% of the country's population is with me on this one. That they want the impediments for the development of this country to be gone in whatever form it is. So right now this is one of them, which has been a thorn, which has been bothering this nation for quite some time. So it should go. So, can you move Ram out of Ayodhya and put him in Chennai? Is it possible?
No, no, not
because
possible.
He also came to Tamil Nadu. Can we say he was born here? It's not going to work. So obviously it's not going to work. So, let's do it the way it works. It's not the question of taking this side or that side. We want a solution not for Hindus, not for Muslims. We want a solution for the forward movement of this nation.
So, what in your words would be the best solution to ensure that our nation progresses without impediments?
Well, there were sovereignty issues, we are trying to settle that. There are citizenship issues, we are trying to settle that. There is temple and mosque issues, we are trying to settle that. This is a good thing. See, the very idea that people have given a massive mandate to a particular government is because they believe they're going to sort out the problems. Well, when we try to sort out the problems, will it happen in a perfect way? No. We must understand this, no human action is ever perfect. We may have perfect intentions, but when we execute something, it is never perfect. So those imperfections, somebody may perceive as injustice. Let us keep this down for some time, let us understand. In this whole thing, what I see is, the main mischief has come from the colonial forces, and the second level of mischief has come from very far left-leaning kind of scholars and professors. So let us remind them that when we say Islam, we talk about Muhammad. Muhammad said, whole earth is a mosque for me. Can you make a more inclusive statement than that? Please let the Muslims live by that. When we say Hindus, now they're talking about Ram. Rama is that kind of man. Just out of his integrity, he gives up his kingdom. He's a coronated king, but he walks away into the forest and his wife is stolen, terrible things are done. But when he kills his enemy who stole his wife and did terrible things to the people, he repents having killed him. So that is the man you're fighting for, don't forget. And for the leftist, let them remember all this conniving nonsense that they're doing everywhere. Even today they're continuing like this. I want to remind them, they are not progeny of Joseph Stalin or Mao Tse-tung. They are supposed to represent Karl Marx, who thought of an equitable society, a society without disparities, a compassionate economy which will nurture every human being. This is what he represents. Please let all three remember this. Right now this fanning of Hindu Muslims must fight, this whole thing is unfortunately not coming from Islamic community or largely from Hindu community. There are fringe elements on both sides, I'm not saying no, but largely it is coming from left-leaning extremists. What is their interest in religion? They should not even be interested in religion, but they are always playing with this. I request all of them, please understand whom you represent. You represent Muhammad, you cannot do this. If you represent Ram, you cannot do this. If you represent Karl Marx, you cannot do this.